Wait, there's a DEX on Cardano and it's live? What's going on, my Cardano friends? It's your friend Jack here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a live Cardano DEX that I previously kind of glossed over in the upcoming DEXs video, but today we're going to take a little bit deeper look at this DEX and show you that it actually is working on mainnet and it's pretty freaking cool. Before we get into the video though, if you want to stake your ADA to earn passive ADA on your ADA, then please consider staking with the Jack stake pool. Now, the DEX we're talking about today is Muesli Swap, okay? This is how you say Muesli. And that's how it's said. So it's kind of hard to pronounce and it's kind of hard to spell, but it is a working DEX on Cardano mainnet, and I figured today we'd try it out and we'd go over it. Here's a little bit of insights into the DEX. Over 11,500 contract calls in transactions, and this is over the past, I believe, a week to week and a half. So a lot of transactions have been happening on this DEX. And also want to mention, there's not really smart contract support for hard wallets right now, so please be careful. Don't go giving your seed phrase away to these protocols or DEXs, and make sure when you're giving access or signing transactions that the right amounts are going through and you're getting something back in return that is the right asset. So be careful when using DEXs, and especially careful because we don't have hardware wallet support yet. That being said, this is pretty awesome, and today I want to go into Muesli Swap and kind of just show you around, because it's not the most perfect DEX in the world, but it's a working DEX on Cardano, and I think that is something to get more excited about, as I wasn't that excited before. In my previous video mentioning it briefly. But going over to the DEX and actually using it, it is pretty freaking cool. Today we're going to connect our wallet. You're going to need NAMI wallet. If you don't have NAMI wallet, I have a full 30-minute complete guide porting over your hardware wallet funds, adding in your hard wallet, all that stuff you can do with that guide, and it's going to give you a better understanding of NAMI wallet. Highly recommend you watch that if you don't already have NAMI wallet. Today though, we're going to be buying some World Mobile Token. I have enough Hosky, but we're going to be buying some World Mobile tokens. So first things first, we're going to have to connect our wallet, and let's do that right now by pricking connect, clicking on NAMI, and then just allowing it. So we give it access. You won't have to sign your password for this. This is pretty much just giving access to your public accounts, meaning they can see the balances and what's in them. And now that you have NAMI, you verified that you actually own those assets. So they can build a transaction for you to actually sign off on it. Also want to mention that this isn't just a Cardano DEX. They actually have smart Binance chain as well. So pretty cool. It is a little bit of interoperability there. They do have their own native token called Milk, but today I just want to use the DEX and kind of cover it. So as I mentioned, we have connected our wallet. It's going to be weird, but we've connected it. Okay, now we can go to home and we can try to trade something. So we're going to go to the trade section, or the swap section rather, and try to buy some of this World Mobile token by just clicking on it. And then we can see here, you can buy World Mobile token. When we're buying anything on here, we have a couple options. Right now, the swap feature is a bit weird, but we can buy and set a limit order for how much we want to buy. So let's say we want to buy 10 World Mobile token at the average price up here of 0.645. So we're going to do that. 0.6. We're going to put 55 just to get our order filled a bit quicker, which doesn't really make much of a difference in total. And then we're going to put submit. After we click submit, it's going to generate on NAMI a transaction. It's going to build one for us with all of the right information in it, sending ADA to the right address, the exact amounts, and you can see here that it's going to this address. And if I copy this and paste it, and we go over to Cardano scan, we can see that I've already done that, and we have a contract. Okay, it says not address, it says contract. So that is pretty important that it's a contract address, but also, you can't just trust it because it's a contract address. It could be a malicious contract, so you can't see the script here. So to be honest, be careful. Just because someone tells you it's a contract address doesn't mean it's 100% safe. But in this case, at least we can verify that it is indeed a contract address, and that is somewhat important, especially for a DEX. It is very important. So going back to here, we're going to go ahead and actually sign that NAMI transaction. So we could go ahead, click sign, put in our password, and my wallet has a lot of stuff in it, so it might take a while to go through. If it goes through at all, my NAMI wallet has over 400 UTXOs in it. I would suggest if your order ever doesn't go through or your transaction that you're building ever doesn't go through, switching wallets to a wallet with less transactions in it or less native assets, aka NFTs and things like that. So as I can see right here, when I open up NAMI, the transaction has went through. If I go to my recent history, and I can go ahead and look at the transaction ID, all that good stuff if I want to, but you can see it's went through. Now that it's went through, which actually only took like 3 or 4 seconds, I can go over to my trades and I can see that I have open orders and one for World Mobile. I can cancel this or I can just leave it and hopefully it gets filled. So that's a limit order. And if you actually want to use a swap and buy something directly, you can just go down to the right here and you could see that we have people selling the World Mobile token. Now, a lot of this is for a good amount, right? So you could only buy 335 at a time, right? You can't buy just, half of this. Otherwise, our order would have been filled. So what we're going to do today is we're going to scroll down and we're going to pay a bit more than the asking price just to demonstrate the purpose of this. Here we have someone selling one World Mobile token and for 1.2 ADA. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that. We're going to click on it. We're going to buy. You can see here we have price for 1.2, deposit that gets returned after the trade is completed. And then after that, we have the matchmaker fee. This deposit, by the way, is mainly to cover the min UTXO costs. So anytime you send an asset, whether it be an NFT or a certain amount of ADA, you're gonna have to send that 1.5 minimum fee. So every NFT, if it's individually sent, or FT fungible tokens, in this case World Mobile, it's gonna have that cost associated with sending it. That's why there's a deposit. It's not like they're scamming you. You do get it back, as I mentioned here. So we're gonna submit that. And it's going to build a transaction again. Pretty straightforward, pretty awesome. And then we're going to go ahead over here and just wait for it. It might take a minute. You could see it's going to a smart contract address, same one, GTG. And as you can see here, GTG PZ. And then we're just going to go over here and come back to our NAMI and sign it up. And then that's going to submit. We are going to see shortly after that the one World Mobile token sent back to us alongside the 1.5 ADA min UTXO fee, aka that deposit. So really it only costed us 1.2 ADA plus the network transaction fee, which is just a bit of dust, like 0.06 ADA. And would you look at that? We now have our World Mobile token. It took very little time, I think less than a minute. And we have a World Mobile token right here, plus that 1 ADA, so I was a bit wrong, sorry, plus 1.5 ADA, we have a 1 World Mobile token. If we go on NAMI to the coin section, the far left, you can see all your fungible tokens, including the World Mobile token, which is awesome. You can see I have it. We can copy and paste this policy, go check the World Mobile page and confirm this is indeed the right policy. Now, honestly, I was skeptical about MuesliSwap at first. Obviously, I want to be careful, and I want to reiterate for you to be careful, as we are using non-hardware wallets here for the most part. I don't think you can sign any transactions with hardware wallets, so be careful. NAMI wallet does have hardware wallet support, but signing smart contracts is just not natively supported in the Cardano CLI ledger as far as I'm aware. That being said, great job MuesliSwap, and I'm really looking forward to whatever you guys come up with next. So far, you have something that works, and that's very impressive. So thank you so much for making this product or this DEX, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the other competition pop up and try those ones out on mainnet too. SundaySwap testnet is still live. That one I'm really looking forward to. Their UI is pretty off the walls, and also it's a bunch of Sundays. So yeah. That's the whole video for today. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next freaking video. Be careful. Have a great day. Peace out.